So this is your original swing over here on the left. And a couple of things in your swing. We're gonna go through impact, where everything kind of gets in trouble. You've learned how you're trying to release this club. Basically what's happening is you're taking your front shoulder, this one. You're trying to get some power by turning it to the finish. Once you turn your shoulders away from the ball, your hands have to flip. So right now it's just a turn and flip. So you can't really get any power. About right here is your hands just kind of go what we call flexion. In this right wrist, it's flexing over. So it's just slapping at it and you're trying to time that point. Also, you're trying to keep this arm really straight and outward, which is trying to create some width. What that does is kind of push you off your center. So don't really worry about trying to keep that arm straight. We actually just want to feel closer to our body. Also, what happens is it turns when you push out like that, it leaves that club face open. So you get that face is open, your shoulder turns, and you flip, and you're not using your legs at all. So you're basically hitting with your hands right now. There's no power to that, so you can just do as much as your hands can hit. So we want to feel a different power source to get a little more force into your golf club and get that club to release naturally. Now there's 6 things that can create energy. We have our shoulders, we get hips, you can have your wrist, and those are the ones you're using right now. You're just using your shoulders and your wrist and your hips to get power. You're not using the ground at all as a force, and that's where the true power comes from. So the power is coming from the ground, which is a pressure, a pushing, just better known as walking. If you push, then that's going to move the core, so your muscles in here, and then your arms. So that's the 3 we want to use and get out of the other ones. And this is what it looks like when I got you to feel this first thing, this arm is across your chest to feel your core muscles. You're pushing from your feet, and what you have to do in this drill is this hand is in this bent position here, what we call extension, meaning you set this club, this elbow is bent and the wrist is bent, and you've got to maintain that bent, means you've got to get to the bag. Don't use your wrist. Right here, this one you kind of used your wrist a little bit too much. So what you want to feel is that you're trying to hit with your feet and your core. And right here, you got to not use the wrist, where you have a tendency to use the wrist to flip it. So this is a drill you can do. Just turn the club upside down. You feel the legs pushing weight, and we'll call it not a weight shift, but pressure. You're pushing off the ground as a force to create rotation here. All the energy should feel like it's down here and nothing up here. You've got all your energies up top, just spinning and twisting. You're up there swinging up there. And I want you down here pushing and hitting with a force. And it's important for you not to see that wrist go to flexion right there. You want to feel like this hand, that wrist, this angle you have right here, and you're hitting this bag. Like I said, you could throw a comforter down or a pillow and turn a club upside down. There's an angle here. We want that same angle right there. We're getting ready to straighten it out, which we don't want in this drill. So we don't want that in this drill. We want to keep that here, and it forces you to push harder from the ground instead of now you're not using your legs and your force. And that was the main thing. Try to feel that in this, get your club releasing. So now, if you did it, looks like there's more power from the ground to get your hit back into swing instead of the rolling action you got going on. Let's move over here to another practice swing. Okay, this is you hitting the bag. After that, now you can see there's power to that bag. So you're hitting it, you see the legs are engaged from the ground, your core is moving, your arms are dropping. Over here at this point, the original swing, you're already getting ready to do the flip, and that has the power. So what you're seeing in the hit, you're trying to apply force to the bag, and after that, the thing comes a slingshot. The force creates a slingshot. We don't do the slingshot. The slingshot is part of the energy we're doing. So right there, you see, you also see that your arms, because of hitting the bag, you can see they got a little bit closer to the body naturally. You can see you don't have that. It's more, your arms got around your body a little more, like you're pushing out too much. Organically, your arms just kind of went back closer to you because it made more sense to hit the bag. So just feel the arms kind of nice and connected to your core rotation here. Don't feel like you're pushing out too much. And that's your hit. When you play golf, you're going to feel that hit right there. And then after that, just let it fly. Have quiet hands. So right there, you can tell we're getting to what we want is there's flexion and there's extension, and that's leverage instead of the opposite where there's flexion and extension. And that's the feeling of getting powerful right there. So power. And then I think I took the bag away. So right after that, right there, see how you did the flip again, which we don't want to do. So, and you're going to see here, I think we hit one at the end. It was pretty good. There you go. So this is you at the end. So you already see it's getting better. It will keep getting better, but you just got to keep doing that one drill, and we'll keep working on how to make this more in sync. Right about here, we're just going to feel everything release together. And a slingshot to you will be chest and arms and hips. So right here, then you'll feel the chest and arms flying through the air, because I got to get everything releasing through. All right.